Good morning. Welcome to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Diana Rich, and I'm joined in the studio with our producer, Nick Steffens. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I did not get as much rest as I hoped, but...
Was it a productive weekend or a fun weekend?
Neither.
Either fun or productive, but you're exhausted.
Yes. Jade works, and so I just kind of sit at home. And yeah, I did some laundry, but it was like I could have deep cleaned the house or something. Didn't do that. Just sat on my butt. But then when it came to actually sleeping, I didn't do any of that.
Did not sleep.
Yeah.
Much. All right, that's fair.
What about you?
Full of baseball. Went to baseball. Went and saw Williamsburg versus Washington at Williamsburg on Friday night. Got home late. Both boys played baseball all weekend. I played softball on Sunday night. And topped it off with some 4-H and a pool party last night. And I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
but
you have a reason to be exhausted.
It's a good exhausted. So I'm not complaining. All right. On today's show, we're going to be talking about some upcoming events and maybe some of Nick and Diana's pet peeves.
Yes,
which could be interesting.
I have a lot of them. I am a very angry person.
I feel like I always think of pet peeves when something bothers me, but then when someone's like, "Hey, Diana, what's a pet peeve of yours?" I can't think of any. So we'll see what I can think of today.
I had a professor ask me because they had to do in the class, we had to do weekly, not essays, but just had to write up what we're doing in class. And he's like, "Do you feel like you're an angry person?" I was like, "I wouldn't necessarily. I feel like I'm actually a pretty happy person." He's like, "Well, every entry you have is you just complaining about something for 3 pages. So apparently I'm just a complainer."
But first, let's take a look at the weather. Nice segue into that. It's 79 degrees, clouds in the morning, supposed to be sunny this afternoon. This weekend was kind of some crazy weather, super hot on Saturday, and then the storm Saturday night, and then kind of cooled things off on Sunday with some crazy wind.
Yeah.
Did it rain much in Mount Pleasant?
Didn't rain a drop.
Okay. Well, I was telling you before the show, I had an interesting first situation this weekend. We stayed in Eldridge, Iowa, because our youngest was playing in a baseball tournament in DeWitt, and tornado sirens went off at 10:45. Our phones were blowing up. They were going around knocking on doors, so we all went down to the first floor, hung out in the hallway with a bunch of random people in their pajamas, so weird. Some people were crying, some people were singing. It was weird. Hung out there for 20, 30 minutes. They said that a tornado missed us by a mile, and we all went back to bed, literally get up into our room, lay back down, tornado sirens again. My husband and I looked at each other. We walked out to the hallway. We saw some other people from our team, and we were all like, "No, we're not doing it."
Yeah.
We just went back to bed. And a couple people from the team slept through the tornado warnings, and so
yeah.
Turns out everybody was fine.
Every time there was a fire drill or tornado drill or even sirens going off when I lived in the dorms, I just slept through them.
Yeah.
I was awake, but I'm not going. I'm in my boxers.
Not evacuating. Yeah. So I don't know. Tornadoes, they've struck close to home, and I don't know. It kind of freaks me out, but
yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah. So, all right. Enough about weather. Let's look at the local events. It looks like Hills Bank has an Alive After 5 on June 27th, which is tomorrow, from 4 to 6 p.m. Join the Washington Chamber ambassadors and community members for an Alive After 5 at Hills Bank from 4 to 6 p.m. Food, drinks, and giveaways. Everybody is welcome.
So I have a question. What are Alive After 5s? Because I've Mount Pleasant has them too.
Yeah.
Is it just you go there and you just get a drink and a snack and talk to people?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's kind of
I didn't know if there was more to it or not.
So sometimes businesses hold them when they're new to town. Some people have them when they're celebrating an anniversary or big milestone, and other times just kind of a reason to get together and socialize and network.
I accidentally went to an Alive After 5 in Mount Pleasant because I was it was they had the tent out because it was a business rebranded or something.
Yeah.
And you run into someone, you get talking and you're mingling. I'm like, oh, is this what an Alive After 5 is?
Yeah.
Did not know it the entire time I was at the Alive After 5.
Yeah, you should check it out. Hills Bank, you get hit it on the way home to Mount Pleasant. Maybe give autographs there.
It's true.
Then we have Thursday Night Live on Thursday, June 29th from 6 to 7. Join us for free live bands every Thursday night from 6 to 7 in Central Park, presented by the City of Washington. And Thursday nights are always fun in downtown Central Park. They have the farmers market from 5 to 7:30. the Thursday night live from 6 to 7, and then they always end the night with the municipal band from 8 to 9. So bring your lawn chair out, eat from the food trucks, buy some local goods, and enjoy that. Then it looks like we also have on here on June 29th the Fairfield All-Star Jazz Band. Oh, is that the Thursday night?
That's the band that's playing on Thursday.
So that's the 6 to 7 Thursday Night Alive is the Fairfield All-Star Jazz Band. It's a 17-piece jazz band. So, all right, we have that. And then on Friday, the Washington County Hospital and Clinics Foundation is holding their first pickleball tournament. It is happening starting at 8 a.m. on the 30th at Case Field, those pickleball courts over there. It's $50 per person. There are several $200 cash prizes. I think a gift card to Shields I saw, a drawing for a wine tasting, a drawing for a gift card to the casino. So lots of great prizes. The $50 per person includes pickleball, obviously, drink and snack tickets, and then everybody gets a swag bag. So if you're interested in that, contact John Woodward at jwoodward@wchc.org or give him a call at 319-863-2054. That's my little plug for the hospital pickleball tournament. I know they've got a good group signed up so far, but always looking for more.
You're one of the people that signed up.
Yeah, I am.
I mean, just thinking out loud, we could do like a live broadcast of the pickleball tournament.
I think
get the score graphics up, get someone to announce it. Do you know anyone that's not competing but really into pickleball? I guess John could probably do it.
John could probably do it, or Todd.
Todd, that's true.
The Patterson Pickleball Power Hour, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's 8 a.m. and then we can just like loop the morning show in with it.
There you go.
I'll make some phone calls after the show.
Give John a call about that. I could wear like a GoPro on my head if you wanted.
Ooh, you'd have to have an HDMI cable running to it.
Oh, okay. That could be hazardous.
So you'd have like 50 feet of slack, but.
So on second hand, maybe next year. All right, that's enough local events for the police report. 14 traffic calls, 5 welfare checks, 4 animal complaints, 4 calls for suspicious activity, 4 911 hang-up calls, 4 public service calls, total of 59 calls on the weekend or Sunday night. I'm not exactly sure.
Full weekend. We were on good behavior. 59 for 3 days is.
It's pretty good behavior. However, looking at the low lights, it does not look like good behavior. So I did not read these ahead of time, it'll be entertaining for both of us at the same time. Or all of us, not both of us. We had a burglary call in Kelowna. Reports a subject who is coming into their home and taking food. 928 responded, report to be filed. Do you think it's like their children?
That's what I was like. Is it like their 25-year-old son who hasn't like
someone's coming into
become
their
independent
home
yet?
and taking food?
Because it sounds like it's a reoccurring thing, and
food is expensive.
That is true, but it's not like TV.
That's true. We have an illegal dumping call.
Sorry to go back to does insurance cover that? Like if someone came in and stole your TV, insurance covers that. If someone steals your lunch meat,
I would guess they probably do, but most people's deductibles, I think, might be a little bit higher than that. Illegal dumping call in Brighton. Caller reports subjects are putting trash in their mailbox. 929 spoke with the caller and will attempt to locate the other party to speak with them about the issue.
This is like a
illegal
thing.
Dumping sounded very exciting.
But then it's just
and then I was like trash in the mailbox.
Yeah.
My kids do that. It's my own mailbox.
Are they the subject?
No. Public service call in Washington. Caller reports there's a subject on the porch who is yelling for 911. 109 and 117 both responded. There was no issue. The subjects will be walking back over to the bar.
So he was just shouting for 911. Didn't need anything.
Just
like it was a prank or something.
Yes. All right. Do you think that counted as a hang-up 911 call in the police report?
Probably bet it is. Yeah. Well, there's that one song by Sean Kingston where it says, somebody call 911, shawty burning on the dance floor. And could just be singing that.
And whenever I play pickleball and the score is 9-1-1, I always think of that song.
Well, they're probably singing that.
And I want to start singing. All right, let's see here. We have a suspicious activity call in Washington. Caller reported there are lights on and people talking at the football field. 117 responded, advised there was a group playing pickleball. They are now leaving.
Was that you?
That was not me. I don't think so.
I gotta get these pickleballers off the streets, causing all these problems.
Was that a weird time?
I think it was like 9. Wasn't it like 9 p.m. or something like that?
You know, I have actually wondered what the ordinance is, if there is one, for playing pickleball. Because it starts getting light now at 6 a.m. Like, is that too early to play pickleball? Would that make the neighbors angry? You going to look that up?
Washington hours. Let's see. I don't know if there's any hours on it. So I think technically...
Yeah, I didn't know.
Play whenever you want.
If I play pickleball at 6 a.m., I might be in the police report. All right. Another suspicious activity call in Washington. Caller reports a male dressed in camouflage walking down the road with what appeared to be a long gun. 109, 117, and C260 responded and spoke with the subject. Subject advised he is training for an upcoming deployment.
I don't know if I believe him.
So was that So were they carrying a gun?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were carrying it, and they were dressed in
camouflage.
And they said, well, it's fine because I'm going to be deployed.
I mean, I feel like that is definitely suspicious activity.
Yeah, I don't believe them for 1 second. I feel like you would know, though.
Right.
Like, you can tell it's someone just bought it from, like, the military surplus store versus they're genuine. Like, and where are you getting deployed to where Washington, Iowa, a random street's going to be good enough for you?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be replicated.
Right. And isn't there, like, basic training for that?
I don't believe this guy for 1 second.
Welfare check in Washington. Caller reports a welfare check on a female and a baby in a stroller that do not appear to have water. 105 responded. The female and baby were fine. They were just out for a walk. So that was on Saturday. It was very warm.
That's true, but I think people just need to start minding their own business.
Yeah, I probably did not warrant a call to the police about it. But we had a fraudulent call in Riverside. Reports his friend's ID was seized from casino security due to security believing the ID was fake. 927 was disregarded before they arrived. ID was proven to be real, and ID was given back to the rightful owner.
What do you do in that situation?
Oh my gosh!
Because I'm worried because I haven't gotten my ID updated since I was like 18 because I don't need to until 1 month from now. And so
time's ticking, Nick.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't expire until 2023. So I was like, I'm just not going to get a new one. So it's vertical and not horizontal. And so people like look at my ID for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so it's like, once if it gets taken, what do I do?
Well, what would you do if someone was like, this isn't you?
Exactly.
Like, no, that is me.
Yeah, and it's a real ID.
Yeah. No, this isn't you.
Yeah.
This isn't you, sir.
Which happened to my sister when she moved to Chicago. And like they have like a big book that has all the... And what my sister had wasn't the updated version of it. And so they took her ID at this random liquor store. And it's like, how do you prove that you're real? Right.
All the IDs are odd looking. And I do feel like when I go to other states, they're always like looking for my date of birth. I'm like, it's the numbers in red, like right there.
It's right there.
Oh yeah, I see it. So yeah, I'm surprised there isn't some kind of like uniform look to IDs. Isn't that shocking?
Yeah.
Across the states. But.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Well, if Nick and I ran the world,
it would be a lot more efficient.
That would be ugly. So, all right. Hang with us. We'll be back after commercial break to chat a little bit about some pet peeves and, of course, play the birthday game.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
When you aspire to be a dancer, you are both an artist and an athlete. Your strength combines with beauty and grace seamlessly. Your efforts result in enhanced coordination, the ability to cooperate and compromise with others, and the confidence to perform in front of an audience. Not to mention the fun you will have and the lifelong friendships you will develop. We are enrolling now for fall classes, and we would love to see you shine like the star that you are. Join us for dance and tumbling at Stairway to the Stars. Please visit our website for online registration.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross, Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Hey, Emmy, what has more lives than a cat? A frog, because it croaks every day.
Welcome back to Washington Live. I'm your host, Diana Rich, joining the studio with our producer, Nick Steffens. And we just finished the highlights of kind of what's going on this week in Washington and covered, of course, the police report, which there was some interesting ones. And we don't have a guest today, so we are going to talk a little bit about our pet peeves, because we've talked about doing this on a show sometime. But first,
Yes.
the Eatons were here on Friday.
Yes.
They were good guests.
And my favorite guests, because they brought me a lot of free food.
Because they brought you breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes.
All in popcorn
Well,
samples.
It was more lunch. I ate it all before I left for work.
So what did Jade have to say about that?
Well, it was
Or
definitely.
does she not know about it?
She got her bags. And
Okay.
she only tried the kettle corn one or
Yeah.
no, the cinnamon one. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I tried all of them.
Yeah, what was your favorite?
The butter. That's the plain butter pop. Because it's like they have like the sugar when they make the kettle corn.
Yeah.
And so like there's a hint of that, but then it's just oil and salt. Can't go wrong with
So
that.
good. Yeah, butter is my husband's favorite, but I don't know. I love kettle corn, but
Yeah.
that new cinnamon one is super good.
Yeah. My list goes, and this doesn't mean, even though it's at the bottom, it was still really good, was the caramel. Tasted like stroopwafel.
Yep.
Then
That's the bottom.
that's the out of the 4 I had.
Okay.
Still 5 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
Then it goes the cinnamon one, I think,
Okay.
and then just plain kettle corn because you can't go against the classic.
Yeah.
And then the butter.
Yeah.
That's my listing. All
Okay.
5 out of 5 stars.
Okay. I'd probably go, I also 5 out of 5 on everything, but out of preference, I'd go kettle corn, cinnamon sugar, butter, then caramel. I'm just not like huge on caramel. I love caramel and cheese together. Have you ever had that mix
Well,
somewhere?
yeah, you said it was the Chicago mix. Never knew that's what it was called.
Well, I might have just made
You
that up.
made it up.
I've had it in Chicago and they call it the Chicago mix there, but
Yeah.
maybe called other things, other places. But yes, the Eatons were a nice Friday afternoon guest. And yeah, we always like free samples.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. So, all right, Nick, tell me about a pet peeve you have.
This is my biggest one.
Okay.
Is when people, not just when people have phone calls in public, I'm okay with that. And like they don't have their headphones in, that's whatever. When people are on FaceTime in public and they aren't like, why are you on FaceTime and then holding your phone like this and you're talking and then you're going like that? And it's like, call them. Like that's if you're on your phone, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If you're on FaceTime where you're supposed to be looking at them, why do this and then have everyone else, or people will be on FaceTime. I don't know if you've ever worked in the service industry. People are on FaceTime and then they go do like this tap to pay and they're on FaceTime.
Yeah.
So they're just showing you like the person in the corner and it's just super awkward. Or if you're on FaceTime with someone and they do that, it's just put headphones in or call them.
Let it out, Nick. Let it out.
Yeah. It's my biggest pet peeve.
That's funny you say that. A couple things on that. I follow these people called Cat and Nat. There's some friends. They do this podcast. It's hilarious, and
Yeah.
they talk about that being one of their pet peeves, and they go on and on about
Yeah.
it. It's hilarious. But yeah, I feel like FaceTime is built to like
See the face.
have a conversation, and I think it's hilarious when people are just like walking through the grocery store with like their phone like this, and they're like talking on speakerphone or FaceTime, and you're like, can you just put that up to your ear. Not everyone wants to hear your conversation.
And it's like, and you can tell.
And I've
they're
been to
like,
restaurants where people do this.
Yeah.
They like sit like 5 feet from you, and the whole like dinner, they're like have these people on speakerphone or FaceTime.
and it sounds like they're struggling because they're like trying to talk and then like listen to it. And it's like if you used it like a phone,
Right.
problem solved.
Yeah. I think they all need to get maybe some Bluetooth,
Yeah.
some headphones. So, all right, that's a good one. My pet peeve isn't as exciting as yours, but one of my pet peeves is people how they park an angled parking, especially like around our square.
Yeah.
Like if people don't park properly, and I feel like this usually happens in the winter where there's like snow and
Yeah.
people can't see the lines, but like when you go to drive through town and like you literally cannot drive down the road because people did not pull up far enough into the angled parking. So
Especially
that kind of drives me crazy. So
And the people with huge trucks with the bed that sticks out and they
So
park
I've-
next to someone that also has an extended bed.
So I've like pulled into parking spots before and like gone to get out and I'm like, oh, I can't be a hypocrite. I got to get back in my car and pull it up like a couple inches just
Yeah.
to make sure I'm like right where I need to be.
That's,
Parking's hard.
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and act like I am a good driver. Well, a good driver.
You're not a good driver?
I guess we can talk about what would you rate yourself as a driver?
As a driver?
As be completely honest, what would out of 10
Out of 10?
rate yourself
I
as
feel
a
like I'm
driver?
a pretty good driver. I'm going to go 9.
A 9? Oh, I'm giving myself like a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
If you and Jade go somewhere, who's driving?
Depends. If it's like to Burlington, I'm driving.
Okay.
But if like when we went up to Minneapolis, she drove because I have
Because she drives in cities.
because she's driven in
from a city.
Yeah. So like it depends.
Okay.
She likes to bring up that I don't have a clean driving record, even though it's one little tiny fender bender from when I was like 18,
Yeah.
and I got pulled over once for speeding, but I knew the companies and I had to use the restroom, and that's why I was rushing home, and he just let me go with a warning.
Yeah.
So it's not on my record. So she brings those up.
Yeah. Maybe I should back my driving down to like an 8 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually drive most places.
Yeah.
I drive in the city. I drive place wherever. My husband usually sleeps. It's just like
And,
our
I've
thing.
driven in Chicago, Minneapolis, Milwaukee. I've driven in cities before, but Jay's just like, well, no, you can't do
Do you
it.
slam on brakes? Do you accelerate
No,
too
that's
fast? Do
the
you
thing.
hit things?
I'm
Why are you a
just-
6?
I just feel like if we're going Dale Earnhardt Jr. at the top, that's a 10.
Oh, we're going NASCAR.
Like NASCAR level driving versus like a 16-year-old that just got her license. I'm like a 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go solid 8.
Yeah.
Solid 8. I do like to
that's-
drive. And when we go places, I'm always like, I'll drive.
Yeah. And I'm like the I don't slam on my brakes. I'm like, I follow the rule. You're supposed to see the complete back tires of the person in front of you. I don't slam on brakes as soon as I don't like speed out of stop signs. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm not going to act like I'm a great driver.
Solid 6.
I'm a solid 6.
All right. Any other pet peeves off the top of your head? Or just the FaceTime one you wanted to get off your chest?
I don't know how to describe this one. When people, it's not micromanaging, I don't think is the right word. But when people tell me to do something that I have full intention on doing, that's what bothers me.
Right.
Like
you're,
I
you're
was-
planning on doing it.
Yeah.
You've got a plan in place.
Or like, it's not quite that.
Or you know it needs to be done.
Yeah. But like, one time I was making a pie in the kitchen and I cracked eggs. And my sister was like, are you going to wash your hands? It's like, yes, I'm going to wash my hands. Or like, or driving and there's a car coming and I'm waiting for it. Jay's like, make sure you stop for that car. It's like, yes, I see it coming.
Right.
That's my, when people not like, they backseat drive my life.
Okay.
That's, I don't know how you would describe that. Maybe it's micromanaging.
I think that seems fair.
I just don't like people telling me to do things that are kind of givens. You know?
Yeah. Right. They're like being
Yeah, of course.
overprotecting.
Of course I was going to do that. Like, that's just, who do you think I am?
Oh, that's a good one.
Maybe it's
All
just because I'm the baby of the family and it's my siblings just telling me what to do.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. That's fair. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You have a second one?
I would say my second one is, and this is kind of another, I went with kind of like a theme, like driving in Washington.
Yeah.
But like when people are in such a hurry that they can't stop at a stop sign. Like when people like just like not slide through the stop sign, but they like see that you're coming to stop at a stop sign.
They have to hurry, go through.
So they just like pretend like they don't see you and they like stop and go. I'm like, have a nice day. Like,
Yeah.
are you so important that you can't take 3 seconds?
Yeah.
And I try to come to a complete stop all the time, but I know that I don't all the time. But like
More than what they do.
or the intersection over, I can't think of the name of the street. But I don't know, there's an intersection in town where like people just like slide. They
Yeah.
stop at the stop sign and they just keep going right. I'm like, just come to a complete stop. Make sure everybody else is paying attention.
yeah.
And
Similar to that, I hate when people, like, yeah, I guess, like I said, they're in a hurry. And it's like, what?
they like don't make eye contact because they
What's
like know
like-
you're coming. And I don't know.
When I'm like pulling into like the exit into Washington or Mount Pleasant, and people like will speed around me to get to the exit first. And it's like, okay, now we're
Okay,
at
I
the,
do that sometimes.
It's like, okay, now we're at the same stoplight. We got here at the same exact time now. I'm glad you got to the exit 2 seconds before I
I think
did.
we've talked about this before. If you go like 3 or 4 miles an hour faster than somebody else, like you're going to arrive at the location like
the same exact
2
time.
minutes.
Yeah, I
1
think
minute
like the
closer.
average time is like 3 minutes is what you get saved by speeding.
Right. So what is actually?
But even it's like not even that. It's like with like the one like I take the Ainsworth exit.
Yeah.
There's a stop sign at the bottom of it
Right.
that we both have to wait.
So someone speeds around you to get off the exit,
and then we're both sitting at the stoplight at the stop sign. Or in Mount Pleasant, you get to a stoplight.
I'm guilty of that sometimes, but when other people do
Yeah.
it does kind of drive me crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to your exit 2 seconds faster.
Right.
Instead of just getting behind me like you were and slowing down to the same speed
Right.
as me.
But that seemed really painful to the person.
Exactly.
So they just kind of like coming to
And I go
complete
like
stop around
4
the
or
square.
5 over. It's not like I'm going 62 into 65. I usually set my
I was going to ask, I was like, I feel like you're kind of talking like you drive like a grandpa. But 4 or 5 over is respectable.
I set my cruise at 69 miles an hour because I feel like that's a level where a cop's not going to like bother with me.
I feel like that's pretty safe.
Yeah.
I feel like you're playing it safe there.
Because I feel like if they see 70, they're going to be like, whoa, there. If it's 69, it's like, it's still in the 60s.
Okay.
It's fine.
Well, I'm not going to disclose my number that I go over. That is higher than 4.
Yes.
All right. Any more pet peeves that are kind of like hanging off your shoulder that you need to
think
get off
I'm
your
good.
chest?
We could be here all day if
Okay.
I just went through all the things that make me mad.
All right.
Like the sound of metal, like scraping on pots and pans.
Oh,
Drives me bad. Almost used a bad word. Back.
mine's
crap.
when people like bite on their fork and slide
Yeah, like
it
that.
across.
Like that. If it's loud enough, it bothers me. But it's
Yeah.
more when people will like scoop something out of a pan with a fork, and it's just
Yeah, you should be using a fork and a pan anyways.
exactly.
Could scrape it. All right.
We can do it all day.
All right. Sorry we've bored you with a few pet peeves this morning. If you have any pet peeves you want to share with us, throw them in the chat below. Or we could have you on a future pet peeve show. Who knows?
Yeah,
This
just
could
have
be like
people line up out the door.
could be like Pet Peeve Monday. I don't know. It could be a new thing. So hang on for a commercial break. And when we get back, we'll do National Day and the famous birthday game.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our communities stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
You know, it's not a question of what all you have and so on with your life. It's who is in your life and how much you care for them and how much they care for you. And Tammy definitely cares.
I met Tammy about 20 years ago when her daughter was in Special Olympics and I was coaching. Told me that she was into doing senior benefits. We became even closer friends. She cares about everybody, especially the seniors. So call her.
Welcome back to Washington Live. I'm your host, Diana Rich, joined in the studio with Nick Stephens. And we're back to talk about the National Day.
Yeah,
June 26th, National Day.
What is it? I forgot already. National Chocolate Pudding Day.
National Chocolate Pudding. Do you like chocolate pudding?
When I was like 6.
Do you like pudding at all?
I honestly could not tell you the last time I had pudding.
I could go without pudding.
Like, I cannot think of the last time I had pudding.
My mother-in-law makes a great, like, dirt and worms. But then I'm like, are we actually eating pudding at this point?
I think that was the last time I ever had pudding. I had dirt and worms like 5 years ago at some kid's birthday
and
party.
really, it's like the whipped cream and the Oreos and the worms that really make it at this point.
Yeah.
But if I could choose any pudding, I think my favorite pudding is butterscotch.
I'm a banana pudding type of person.
Gross.
With some vanilla wafers.
Okay, so you like banana cream pies?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
It's kind of weird.
What's wrong with that?
I feel like people who are 21 years old don't like that.
I'm 23. So.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I am a little bit of a grandpa. So
Since you're 23, you're actually a senior citizen status now.
This is completely off topic. Apparently, you can be any age and apply for like the double ARP. What is that?
Really? Yeah.
Double ARP.
No, ARP. Yeah.
How many A's are in that ARP? Whatever.
Not sure. We're gonna
Anyway, you can
Google
be any age and do that, and you get like discounts to movies and stuff.
Interesting information.
Yeah, learned it from TikTok, so you know it's true.
All right, circling back to National Chocolate Pudding Day.
Yeah,
get your chocolate pudding on, and the famous birthday game. We do have several birthdays.
Mm-hmm. First up, we have I don't know what order any of these are in. Is Ariana or Ariana? I don't know how you pronounce it. Grande.
Okay. She looks really young in this photo. I'm gonna go 29. I feel like she's younger than that.
I wanted to do 29. I'll go 30.
Okay.
All right, Ariana, how old are you? She's 30. So 2 to 1.
Nick.
2 to 1 to start.
All right.
Next up, we have Aubrey Plaza. I don't need to zoom in that much. This is fine. This is adequate.
39.
We'll go 38. She's 39.
All right,
so
look at that.
We're tied at 3. Next up, we have Jeanette McCurdy, who's more my generation, iCarly.
Okay.
And then also starred in a show with Ariana Grande. Learned that they're not only were co-stars, but apparently twins.
Interesting. I'll go 29.
29?
Mm-hmm.
That's another good one. I'm going to go 30. See if she's the same age as Ariana. 31.
All
so we
right.
each get it.
So
We're
we
still
each get a
tied
point.
4-4.
4-4.
Next up is Derek Jeter.
I think he's older than he is.
Mm.
I feel like he's played baseball forever.
Yeah.
39.
39? I'm going to go 50. I feel like he's one of those dudes that played baseball until like it's kind of a Tom Brady situation.
You're
where
right.
He should.
I feel like I just failed that.
Derek Jeter, 49. So 5-4.
I've been going with the 9s, and I just didn't think he was 49. So dang it. All right. So you got 5.
5-4. Going into the final celebrity, which is Nick Offerman, another Parks and Rec.
So he's the least famous person, or
no? He's
okay. We're not doing that today.
No, it's too much work.
Okay. 59.
I actually think that's a pretty good. I'll keep even. 60. Nick Offerman. He's 53.
Oh,
So
dang.
neither of us were close.
Congratulations, Nick.
Thank you.
Have you won it? Has it been a while since you've won? Or do you usually
I think
do you usually
Tim and I
dominate?
tied last time he hosted.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll take a win on a Monday. I needed it.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Very good. Anything else, Nick?
Comment your pet peeves below. I feel like I complain too much. I need other people to do it too.
Yeah. I think we should start a Google Doc with the pet peeves and yeah.
I think we just put a line out the door. People come in. You get one pet peeve to say into the mic.
There you go.
What could go wrong?
List your pet peeves below, and if you see Nick in public, call somebody, put him on FaceTime, talk circles around him.
Yes.
Just kidding. All right. Thanks for joining us on Washington Live this morning, and we hope you have a great Monday.